Good morning, students. Welcome back to the next class. Close your eyes and pray 1 second. Okay, now we are discussing about plant tissues in the last two classes. And somebody asked that I did not understand about this meristem, that is intercalary meristem. Said that I did not understand where is intercalary meristem. Apical meristem, tip of the plant. Intercalary meristem is a plant, and if you remove the leaf, monocot plants mainly, if you remove the leaf like this, grass also you can see, this part is very tender, very soft part. This very soft part, actually this is the intercalary meristem. We are actively dividing cells, it makes the plant to grow the node. Growth of the node, so meaning the length will be increased, and this is actually if you remove leaf again here from the next node, you will be able to see again you will be able to see the meristem here. So this is what is called intercalary meristem. So let us continue. Animal tissues. Today we are going to see animal tissues. Okay, animal tissue, these are the important animal tissues. First type, epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue. Second one is connective tissue. Third one is muscular tissue. The fourth one is nervous tissue. So these are the four different types of animal tissues, and we are going to discuss the first one, that is the epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue, it is present inside many organs, even like our mouth. You can see that trachea, that is the tube going to the lungs. Then alimentary canal, inside like a lining. You already know what is lining. Lining means some of the dresses have lining inside, and then like that this is just like a lining inside the mouth with a lining first layer, and so it is present in different parts of the body according to the function they are doing. And the first type is the first type of is epithelial tissue. We are going to see epithelial tissue. It is a lining, and actually it covers most of the organ inside. Even kidney, inside the kidney tubes are there, kidney tubule, and lungs. All inside is lined by this kind of cells. And it is a continuous sheet. It is forming a continuous sheet inside the mouth, just inside the mouth. There is a layer, and it is forming a continuous sheet and tightly packed. Cells are tightly packed. Any gap or anything, say tightly packed cells. So cells connected, tightly packed cells. You can see tightly packed cells are there. And under each layer of cell, below this there is a membrane. You can see there is a membrane in here. This is called the basement membrane. Under this one there is a basement membrane is here. Basement membrane. So you can see inside our mouth there is one layer of cell like this, and then we are going to see different type of epithelial tissues are there. We are going to see each one and where are they found. So based on the function they are doing, different types of epithelial tissues are there. So first I said tissues are of four types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. And these all tissues, first one we are going to see about epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue, it is actually forming lining inside the organs, including mouth, esophagus, stomach, and even kidney, lungs. Even the inside lining is actually made up of epithelial tissue. The epithelial tissues, again, there are different types are there. First type is squamous epithelium. First type of epithelial tissue is called squamous epithelium. And where are they found? This squamous epithelium, actually they are flat, you can see very simple flat cells, as I drew already. They are actually simple flat cells, one cell, simple flat cells like this. Only one layer inside the, and where are they found actually? This kind of cells are found, squamous epithelium, they are found inside the lungs, inside the lining of the lungs, and also blood vessels, esophagus, mouth, all these contain this kind of cell. So you can see inside the lungs, mouth, esophagus. You know what is the esophagus? The tube that is going from the mouth to the stomach is called esophagus. And and also they are present in the blood vessels. Inside the blood vessel, first layer is this one, blood vessels. So these are the places where you can see this kind of epithelial cell. And skin is actually this skin also is made up of this kind of epithelial cell, but not one layer. Many layers are there. You can see many layers of cells are there. So you can see many layers of cells are present in a skin and a squamous epithelium, many layers. And then we give another name. It is actually so many layers are down, so many layers are there. Then it is given another name. It is called stratified epithelium, squamous epithelium, and actually next one, many layered epithelial, many layers of squamous epithelium. It will form what is called a stratified epithelium. Skin is the example. And a strata means layer. Stratified means many layered epithelium. Squamous epithelium, it will make a stratified epithelium. In your textbook, you can see first you can see squamous epithelium, and D, that is A, squamous epithelium, then you can see D, stratified epithelium is there. Next one is columnar epithelium. So next one, columnar epithelium. So next one is columnar epithelium. Actually they are actually made up of long cells, pillar-like cells, longer cells are there. You can see longer cells are there, pillar-like, long cells are there. Actually this one is present in the, again, respiratory tract, lung, the tract that is going to the lungs, that is a trachea, bronchus, and also it is very important in absorption and secretion. This one is very important, the columnar type, very important in absorption and absorption, and also again absorption and secretion, helping in secretion, secretion. So they are present in the alimentary canal also. It is present in the intestine also, these are present. Inside the lungs, this again this columnar type, it will have hairs, small cilia, hair, it is not hair, small cilia are there. So the lining going into the lungs, you can see the outermost inside, you can see this kind of cell with a small cilia. Cilia means hair-like structure, And what is the advantage of this one? If any dust getting into the lungs, then always this cilia is moving, hair is moving. It will make the dust and other pollen grains or anything that you want to expel out so that it will not go to the lungs. And that is the function of columnar cells in the trachea. So this is also another important type of epithelium. Next one is, next epithelial tissue is cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal, third, next type, cuboidal epithelium. Columnar cuboidal. This is present inside the kidney tubule, inside the kidney, and you can see and inside the salivary gland, and it is giving mechanical support also to that particular part. So actually function is mechanical support, it is present in the salivary gland and supporting the salivary gland, mechanical support. Helping the mechanical support, and also it is helping in secretion. For example, salivary gland to produce secretions, saliva to produce saliva in salivary gland, secretion. This is it is helping in secretion also. So sometimes you can see this kind of cuboidal epithelium. They may have glands. In the textbook you can see diagram is there. Cuboidal glands may be there inside. So this is once again I am drawing cuboidal epithelium. Inside you can see glands will be there. Then if there is this a gland and it is going to produce some secretion outside, so this is a gland. So when it produces secretion outside, and if there is gland inside, then it is called a glandular epithelium. Same cuboidal epithelium with the gland is called glandular epithelium. So these are the different type of epithelial tissue. 4 diagrams are there given in the textbook, and you can see the order will be different. In the textbook it is squamous, cuboidal, columnar and stratified, and each one I explain, and these are the different functions of each epithelial tissue. So this is one of the most important tissue in human beings, animals. Next one is connective tissue. Just to start the connective tissue. Second type is connective tissue. Connective tissue means connecting one part of the body to the other, and so that such a tissue is called connective tissue. And actually very common one is actually blood is a connective tissue, which is very common. So connective tissue means connecting one part of the body to the other. Very important example is blood. Bone also will come, and blood is one of the most important connectivity, connecting various parts of the body, transporting oxygen, carbon dioxide and various other things. If you examine blood is having a liquid part. Blood is actually having a liquid part, and then inside the liquid, if you take some blood, it will have a liquid part. The liquid part of the blood is called plasma. Some blood is taken. The liquid part is called plasma. So suppose this is blood. Plasma contain, that is the liquid part. Plasma contain inside, you can see blood cells are there. The 3 different type of cells will be there. And these are the cells. Cells are red blood cells will be there, RBC or red blood cell. White blood cells will be there, and there is one more cell is there called platelets. So 3 PLATE, LETS, platelets. So 3 type of cells. It is suspended in a liquid. That liquid is called plasma. So inside the plasma these cells are kept, and so this plasma like thing you are going to see in bone also. this kind of medium is there. This kind of medium commonly known as matrix. So this kind of medium in which a cell is suspended, this kind of medium is called matrix. So in blood, the matrix is liquid, but when you come to bone, the matrix is solid. So in bone also you can see cells are kept in a solid matrix, and here it is in a liquid matrix. The function of each part of the cells in the blood, you can see red blood cell transportation of oxygen, white blood cell protecting the body from various disease causing organs by different methods. Different type of white blood cells are there. Each one is having a special function. For example, you get a lymphocyte, one type it is given in the textbook. It is giving us immunity, പ്രതിരോധ ശക്തി തരുന്നു. And you can see another one, eosinophil, it allergic reaction. It helps in controlling an allergic reaction. Phagocyte, another type, it is actually killing the microorganism, getting into the body like an amoeba, engulfing and killing. So different type of white blood cells are there. So the names are not very important now, and later you will study. So different type of white blood cells. And the platelet function is RBC, transportation of oxygen. Function of platelet is clotting your blood. If a wound is formed, you can see the blood has to be clotted there. The wound should be closed. Closing your wound is by clotting your blood. And clotting, raktam katta pidikka. So this platelets help in clotting your blood. And what is the function of a plasma? Plasma is transporting so many things. For example, dissolved when the blood is flowing through the body, it is transporting food and then other waste materials, food from the alimentary canal to various parts of the body, and waste materials from the various parts of the body to the kidney, and it is transported through plasma. So each part of the blood is having its own particular function. So these are some of the important tissues. We are going to see the rest of the tissue remaining. You can see some more tissues are there. We will study about bones, and we are going to see about muscular tissues, neurons in the next class, because we cannot finish it today. Next class will be the whole chapter will be complete. You try to answer the question that is given in the textbook. For example, define tissues. Take the notebook and write the heading tissue, and then write this question, first question. The question which you can answer now. Okay, define the term tissue. You studied that is a group of cells having same structure and function. It is already there. How many types of elements are together make silent tissue? Xylem is made up of, we already studied 4 different type of cells are making xylem. Like that, the question which you can answer, you try to answer. So then how simple tissue differ from complex tissue? Simple tissue is made up of only one type of cell. Complex type tissue, it is a tissues, a different type of cells make together do one function, then it is complex tissue. It is already studied. And you can, again, what are the functions of stomata? Differentiate between parenchyma, collenchyma and clerenchyma. It is different. It differs because of the thickness in their cell wall, and in functional way also they are different. So this kind of question try to answer take the notebook, write the heading, then write this question, answer the question which you can, then you see in page number 74 again, name the type of simple tissues, like that. So questions are there. Try to answer these questions in the notebook, and then at the end of the class, next period, you can see this chapter will be over, and I will give more questions. And you have to read the textbook very thoroughly so that you will be able to answer multiple choice questions very easily. Otherwise, you cannot answer multiple choice questions. So get ready soon. Next